Hey, everybody. All right. So we got a game of trivia set up for tonight. I know it's windy outside. I hope it's not too bad. See if I turn the microphone that way, if it helps. The wind's coming out of this direction. All right. So we got plenty of trivia tonight. We got a lot of music, movies, pop culture, a little bit of Bible, world events. We got it all. Mostly music. All right. So we're going to get started. We'll have some practice rounds until we get some more people to join us. All right, so we got some people. Let's go ahead and get started. We're playing trivia tonight. We're having cocktails. It's all low key. I'm on vacation in Pensacola. And let's see. Let's get this party started. All right. What band released Pour Some Sugar on Me? What band released Pour Some Sugar on Me? You get the question down? All right. And like I said, this is not too serious. I'd like to see if we could have some nostalgic memories from these answers. What band released Pour Some Sugar on Me? Where's everybody from? I'm from Illinois. Like I said, I'm out here in Pensacola. I'm just having fun. I'm not very polished at this stuff. But anyway, so the answer to the what band released Pour Some Sugar on Me is Def Leppard. And with the moments in time with Uncle Phil trivia, I like to have a little bit of a memory. Whenever you can have a memory, you can tell me yours, I'll tell you mine. So it can just be a simple one. So Def Leppard is the answer to this question. I would say that one memory I have is being in seventh grade, and Pyromania was a real big album at the time. MTV was a force to be reckoned with. They had a lot of some videos out, Fool In. Let's see, what other ones they had? I'm drawing a blank now. Can anybody think of any songs from the Pyromania album? All right. So we're going to go ahead and go to question number 2. And I think I'll do maybe 5 questions per category, and I'll move to the next category. Who was the lead singer of Journey? Who was the lead singer of Journey? Does anybody know the answer to that? Who was the lead singer to Journey? Let's see. Do I have any memories, any hints? I would say the lead singer of Journey, was definitely one in a million singer. Just great, as good as they get. Could sing a 70s rock song, an 80s rock song, a 70s love song, an 80s love song. They were huge. So does anybody know who the lead singer of Journey was back in the day? And we're doing the category of 80s right now. So who was the lead singer? Def Leppard is the answer to the first question. Ian. Now, Ian, I don't have my glasses on, so but I got a pad so I can read that. If I had to read a phone right now, I couldn't. But we're on question number 2, which is who was the lead singer of Journey? And everybody out there, we're given double imaginary points if you can write a memory or something nostalgic from these answers. So Def Leppard, I remember them with all those MTV videos they had from their Pyromania album. So the question that we're on right now is, who was the lead singer of Journey? And I said that he is one in a million singers. He's as good as they get. He could sing rock. He could sing love songs. He could do it all. And the answer to that, who was the lead singer of Journey, is Steve Perry. What does anybody think about Steve Perry? Do you agree with me that he was one of the best? And when he walked away, oh, that's a perfect memory. Ian, what that would have stopped most bands. Your drummer loses an arm, and they stuck with them. And to tell you the truth, at that time, there just wasn't as many electronic drums being played live, and so he was kind of a groundbreaker with what he did. All right, so we're going to go to question 3, but that was a great memory. Thank you, Ian. All right, so let's see. Which band recorded Living on a Prayer? Which band recorded Living on a Prayer? All right, so for the moments in time with Uncle Phil trivia that we do, we don't get too serious. We don't look up answers. We just go with what we know. We're just having fun. But we try to come up with a memory. And that memory can come after I give the answer or before. Anything you guys want to talk about. This is about conversation too. Bon Jovi. Ian is on top of things. Now, Ian, I got a memory for this question. Bon Jovi was my first concert. And it was a long time ago that it was a long enough time ago that Bon Jovi was the opening band. And we know that Bon Jovi hasn't been an opening band for a long time. And do you know who they opened up for? Now that would be a hard trivia question. But the answer is Rat. They opened up for Rat. And we'll talk about Rat for a second. Rat, they were doing real good when things were starting. I hope that wind's not too bad. It's we're by the beach, so there's a lot of wind out here. I apologize for that. Maybe I'll go in, but right now I'm going to stay out. All right, we got 2 more questions on 80s rock, and then we'll move on to the next category. Now, I don't know if you guys consider these hard questions or easy questions, but I think they're medium. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who's here tonight. And the question is, what was the title of Van Halen's 1984 hit featuring keyboards? What was the title of Van Halen's 1984 hit featuring keyboards? And if you guys would, go ahead and chat a little bit and tell me where you're from if you want. But what I'm really looking for is memories. That's why my channel is called Moments in Time. So we're just having conversation. So we're talking about Van Halen. Here's a question while you guys think about what was the title of Van Halen's. The UK fella. What was the title of Van Halen's 1984 hit featuring keyboards? Well, that answer is 1984. But let's talk about Van Halen for a second. What side are you on? Who's better? Sammy Hagar years or the David Lee Roth years? And why? Why do you pick one over the other? Or what's your point of view on either one of them or both of them? I would say that you're the UK guy. You're in the UK. All right, Ian is from the UK. That's awesome. And I'm from Illinois. I don't know if you heard me say that. And we're in Pensacola, Florida tonight on vacation. But back to who I like better with Van Halen, or what do I have to say about them? I would say that when David Lee Roth had those albums with Van Halen, they were on top of the world. They actually toured with Black Sabbath, and they put him to shame. That was kind of on a downward trend Black Sabbath was on, but point being that Van Halen was on top of the world when it comes to rock and roll with David Lee Roth. And their albums were great. You were, that was the cool person music. It was kind of mainstream underground at the same time. They had Eddie playing guitar, David Lee Roth doing his thing. But then we get to Sammy Hagar. Sammy's got a great solo career of his own. He was in Montrose, which was a huge act. And so what I got to say about it is that Sammy Hagar is still doing a good job. Even at his age now, he's still rocking out. So you make your own decision, but Sammy's still doing it. All right. Let's see. Let's go to the next question. We got, we're going to ask 5 questions in each category and move on. All right. So we are on number 5. This is considered rock. All right, here we go. Which rock band was fronted by Sting? Which rock band was fronted by Sting? Does anybody know which rock band was fronted by Sting? The wind is blowing pretty good tonight. They actually didn't let people get in the ocean today on the beach because it's considered dangerous right now. But it's really beautiful right now. I apologize for the wind. Which rock band was fronted by Sting? Has anybody got a memory of Sting or the band that he fronted? I remember that Eddie Murphy movie, 48 Hours, I believe it was, where he's in prison or jail, and he's singing the song Roxanne. And that was sung by the band that Sting was in. All right, so welcome everybody. We're just having fun. We're having cocktails. We're with Uncle Phil tonight. And our main goal is just to have conversation. So I'll be asking some questions, and If you could just tell me of a memory that you have of what the answer is, like, for example, which rock band was fronted by Sting, and the answer is the Police, I'd give a memory of the Police, and I gave one memory, which I remember Eddie Murphy singing Roxanne in the movie 48 Hours. All right, so we just finished 5 questions of 80s rock, and we're going to move on. We got plenty of questions tonight if you guys are ready. Uh-oh. My wife is calling. I have to take this. Hello? No, thank you. Goodbye. All right. Happy wife, happy life. And happy wife, happy life. That is a lot harder, easier said than done. All right. So now we are on 1980s heavy metal category. Does anybody have any 1980s heavy metal experience? I have a lot of that, I guess you could say. That's about the time frame that I was a teenager. All right, so the question is, what band released the album Master of Puppets? What band released Master of Puppets? And do you have any memories of this band? What band released Master of Puppets? All right, so I'll just share a little bit of myself with you. Hopefully we can become acquaintances. And if you visit my channel, maybe we'll become friends. I remember this band. I was into a lot of stuff, but music. I liked hard rock, some early 80s heavy metal. But when Master of Puppets came out, it changed my life. And it was my favorite band. It stayed my favorite band. I seen them in concerts many a times, especially in the early days. All right, what band released Master of Puppets? I think you guys might know this one, and that's Metallica. So do you have any memories of Metallica? My memory is that was my favorite band, and I lived and breathed Metallica when I was younger. I still like them today. I still seen them a couple times in the last 10 years, and I still love them. All right, so the next question is, Ozzy Osbourne was originally the singer of what band? Does anybody know that? Ozzy Osbourne was originally the singer of what band? All right, let's see if we got some memories of Ozzy Osbourne. I do have memory of Ozzy Osbourne. I'll share it with you. I remember I just told you that Metallica changed my life. And I told you earlier that Bon Jovi and Rat was my first concert, but my second concert was Ozzy Osbourne and Metallica. And Metallica opened up. So that's been a while too, because they haven't been the opening band in a long time either. So Ozzy Osbourne was originally the singer of what band? Does anybody know that? And the answer is Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne was the singer, the original singer of Black Sabbath. All right, now this is a little tougher, not too tough, but a little bit tougher. This is for my heavy metal fans. What band featured bassist Steve Harris? What band featured bassist Steve Harris? And I guess you could say also during this time frame of me seeing these concerts, I would say, I don't know what year it was, 87 maybe 88, that I seen Steve Harris playing the bass for which band? I'll give you a hint. They got a mascot named Eddie. Has anybody seen the band that Steve Harris plays bass for and that Eddie is the mascot? All right. What band featured bassist Steve Harris? And the answer is Iron Maiden. All right. Question number 4 on 1980s heavy metal. Who was Metallica's bassist that was killed in a 1986 bus accident? Who was Metallica's bassist killed in a 1986 bus accident? Hi, Sophie. Weren't you visiting us on another trivia we did not that long ago? Feels like I remember you. All right. Who was Metallica's bassist killed in a 1986 bus accident? And I told you earlier, yes. All right. So who was Metallica's bassist killed in a 1986 bus accident? And I had seen this bassist play for Metallica, and I feel blessed that happened. Yes. All right. Well, Sophie, glad to have you today. I apologize about the wind. I wish I could stop it, but it's so nice outside. I'm going to stay out here at least for a while. I wonder if I turn like this, if that would help the wind. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, just enjoy yourself. You're out here at the beach with me. All right, hold on. It got dark all of a sudden. Who was Metallica's bassist killed in a 1986 bus accident? And that answer is Cliff Burton. Cliff Burton. Does anybody remember Cliff Burton? Like I said, it was a blessing to see him play because, it was sad that he died, and then Jason Newsted came in, and then Rob Trujillo, and there was controversy with Jason Newsted with his bass being turned down in the recording of "And Justice for All," even though I have great memories of that album. All right, question number 5 in the category of 1980s heavy metal. And then we'll be going on to the next category. So just hang in there if 80s heavy metal is not your thing. We'll have something for everybody. All right. What Judas Priest singer is known as the metal god? What Judas Priest singer is known as the metal god? Let's see. Do I have a memory for Judas Priest? Yes, I do. Many, 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 many of them. I remember being a young teenager, and I don't condone this, but I was doing a lot of partying at the time and hanging out with the older guys, and they introduced me to Judas Priest, and a lot of memories of Judas Priest at parties. What Judas Priest singer is known as the metal god? Anybody know that one? And the answer is Rob Halford. Rob Halford. All right. We're going to move on to the next category. Now, it's amazing how heavy metal played such a big part in my life, but yet we're going on to the next category, and it has a place in my heart also. And the question is, who sang The Chair? And this category is I think it's 80s, or is it 90s country? Let's find out. This is 80s country music. 80s country music. Well, let's see. The question is, who sang the song The Chair? Who sang the song The Chair? Now, I'll give you a little hint. This person is rumored to be playing, is it the 250th anniversary of America? I think it's at Arlington Stadium, but I could be wrong about some of those details. But who sang the song The Chair? All right, we're on the category of 80s country music. And let's see, we got anything to say about this singer? Well, I would say that this singer, he is known for all the number one hits he has in country music. Great singer. Was singing as a young guy and continued his career to an older guy. But he's great. I think he's been in a movie. And the answer is to who sang The Chair, and that's George Strait. All right. All right, now here's one that reminds me of nostalgic times. What country singer was known as the Gambler? What country singer was known as the Gambler? Had a song called The Gambler. And I believe he was even in a movie called The Gambler, I believe. What country singer was known as the Gambler? Now, this reminds me, I would say my mom and dad may have been listening, at least my dad was listening to this singer. I know that he did a duet with Dolly Parton. What country singer was known as the Gambler? Does anybody know that? What country singer was known as the Gambler? And the answer is Kenny Rogers. Now here is another great country artist. I'm James from Mississippi. How you doing, James? I'm in Pensacola, Florida, and I was going to fly out back to St. Louis Airport, but instead we're going to drive for the fun of it. So we'll be going through Mississippi tomorrow. And I thought I seen that Jelly Roll had a concert in Mississippi tomorrow, but I'm not sure. I couldn't find it. If he was, and they still had tickets for sale. I was thinking about going to see them. I don't really. I think it was Jelly Roll and what's his name? I can't remember. All right. Hello to Meridian. All right. What's our next question? I think right now we're on 80s country music, but we only got a couple more questions and we're going to be moving on to the next category. But we'll be back to the categories that we're getting through because I got more questions for each category. So who recorded Forever and Ever Amen? Who recorded Forever and Ever Amen? Now this, oh man, this is another great country artist that can really sing a song. Got a deep voice. And he's had some problems where I don't think he's singing anymore. I'm not even sure if he's talking anymore. Now, I did hear and see a song that he made with an AI voice of his voice. And, it wasn't just some random AI voice. It was his voice, and he put a lot of effort into it. So who was it that recorded the song Forever and Ever Amen? Does anybody remember who that is? Who recorded Forever and Ever Amen? And the answer is Randy Travis. All right, question number 4. Which female artist sang Why Not Me? Which female artist sang Why Not Me? All right, let's see what this answer is if I... All right. Now, this is a band that was really big in the 80s. And they went on to continue with success. And it was, I'll give you a little hint, a mother and daughter duo. Which female artist sang Why Not Me? Which female artist sang Why Not Me? The answer is the Judds. Hello there. All right, so the last question was which female artist sang Why Not Me? And the answer is the Judds. And if in the moments in time with Uncle Phil, we try to have memories, maybe these answers can bring back some type of nostalgia or just conversation or just having fun. So I don't remember too much about the Judds. I know the mom and the daughter, they both were, you couldn't tell who was the bigger star in the band. They were pretty equal. And they had a sister. I don't know if she was half-sister, stepsister, or how it went, but she was an actress. All right, next question. All right, this will be the last one for 1980s country music for now. All right, and the question is, what Alabama hit included mountain music? All right, now this is an example of the type of question I don't like, where it says, what Alabama hit included mountain music? And the answer is mountain music. So I'm not very fond of questions that have the answer in it. All right, so we're going to move on to the next category. And since we're doing memories, conversation, and nostalgia, I have recently just seen the band Alabama for the first time in concert. I catching them late in their career, but I was thankful to have seen them. My wife loved them. It was a great concert, and that was this year. So Alabama still did a good job. They were doing real good. All right. So now, are there any 1990s to 2000s rock category? And the question is, who was Nirvana's lead singer? Who was Nirvana's lead singer? Anybody got a memory of Nirvana? I remember when these alternative acts started coming in the early 90s. They really took it to the glam metal and even the heavy metal. Maybe glam and heavy metal was getting a little stale, and here comes something new, and it really hurt metal. And I was a metal lover. I still am. And I liked some of the, I liked a lot of the alternative music, grunge music. But then it got kind of watered down and had its own bad fate in time. Who was Nirvana's lead singer? And here's a question. Their lead singer committed suicide, or did he? What do you think? Do you think maybe he was murdered and somehow it was ruled a suicide? Some say that. All right. Who was Nirvana's lead singer? And the answer is Kurt Cobain. You guys remember Kurt Cobain? What'd you guys think when you first heard him? All right. What band recorded with Arms Wide Open? What band recorded the song with Arms Wide Open? Now, the reason or the inspiration for this song, I believe, I could be wrong, but I think I'm right, was I think the lead singer had a child, him and his girlfriend or wife, and that, it just inspired him to write the song with Arms Wide Open. What band recorded the song with Arms Wide Open? Anybody know that answer? The band that recorded the song with Arms Wide Open was Creed. And they had their go around. They had some songs, and they were good. All right. Which group released Wonderwall? Wow. I'm not too familiar with that. Which group released Wonderwall? Now, this band was pretty popular in the 90s. Which group released Wonderwall? Any 90s music fans out there? Which group released Wonderwall? And the band is Oasis. Oasis. All right. What question are we on now? We're on question number 4. Now, this band, many say they put on a great concert and they've had some big hits, but they also get some flack and get made fun of a little bit, but some people say they don't know why, because these guys play some good rock and roll, and the girls love them. A lot of guys love them, and they do a good job, sold millions of albums. So, who sang How You Remind Me? Who sang How You Remind Me? And like I said, this band, for some reason, gets a lot of flack, but they put on great concerts and have done a lot. Who sang How You Remind Me? And the answer is Nickelback. Nickelback. All right, so this is going to be the last question of 90s to 2000s rock. All right, and the question is, which band released Black Hole Sun? Which band released Black Hole Sun? Anybody know that one? This was one of my favorite grunge era band. Their lead singer, oh man, he was a great singer. He was good. Which band released the song Black Hole Sun? Anybody remember that? This is our last question for 90 to 2000s rock. Which band released Black Hole Sun? And the answer is Soundgarden. Now, I was talking earlier about how the grunge alternative scene kind of tore down metal. Well, there was one band in the early 90s that did not get affected by the grunge. They kept on keeping on and did a great job and stood up for heavy metal. Who was the lead singer of Pantera? Who was the lead singer of Pantera? And this band did not fold to the grunge. They kept on keeping on with the heavy metal. So does anybody know who the lead singer of Pantera was? Did you like Pantera? I loved Pantera. I liked their Cowboys from Hell. When I heard their Cemetery Gate song, I thought it was melodic but heavy, and the lead singer, which we're about to give his name, was unique, or at least there wasn't that many people singing like him back then. There's more singing like him nowadays. And the lead singer of Pantera was Phil Anselmo. Phil Anselmo. All right, next question. Question number 2 for the 90s to 2000s heavy metal category. What band released Chop Suey? That's an interesting name. What band released the song Chop Suey? You know, I'd have to say, someone said that to me one of the last trivias I've done, that I look like Celine Dion's husband, Renee, is it? But that's funny. All right. Thank you very much, Mama Snoop. Now, Mama, if you aren't big into heavy metal, we'll be moving on from this category in 2 questions. But we'll be back, and we got other categories to do. What band released Chop Suey? And here's a trivia question for you. And I don't know the answer to this one. Why in the heck did they call the song Chop Suey? I have no idea. And I'm more, seems like I know more about the 80s. Must be because I'm old, like Celine Dion's husband, Renee. All right, so the band that released Chop Suey is called System of a Down. Ooh, now here's a tough one. These are tough ones. Who founded the band Korn? Who founded the band Korn? Thank you. I might be younger than him. I'll tell you, I'll be 55. All right. Who founded the band Korn? I'll give you a hint. I won't give you the name of the singer, or I'll give you a hint and say that it was the lead singer. Who founded the band Korn? And we're going to move along semi-fast for these last 2 questions. The last 2 questions for now, for the 90s, the 2000s heavy metal. We got more to come. We got plenty of questions. We'll be coming back. Who founded Korn? And the answer is Jonathan Davis. Did anybody know that one? All right. What band recorded Duality? What band recorded Duality? And this is definitely some 90s to 2000s heavy metal. What band recorded Duality? These are tough questions for me. Like I said, I like the music from this era, but I'm not. What has been your favorite thing to do in Pensacola so far? Well, I gotta say, happy wife, happy life. She's just been having a good time. Hanging out at the beach. We've been to some restaurants. We went out to a club or a bar or whatever that had a band playing, and that was nice. The singer of the band sat down with us and talked to him for a little bit. We went and seen the dolphins. We went for an excursion, a boat ride, and we got about 15, 16 of us at the house. And matter of fact, she's having a good enough time that she canceled her flights and is going to drive from Pensacola to St. Louis area instead of taking the airplane. And she's going to stay 2 more nights. I got to go back, but she's going to stay 2 more nights. So we just been having a good time, just enjoying each other. The good weather, the beach. But she enjoys these type of things more than me. Wow. Oh, really? Cricket boxes. That's interesting. All right. Let's see. What question were we on now? Did I give the answer? The answer to what band recorded Duality is Slipknot. And I just want you to know that I appreciate the conversation. To me, the conversation is even more important than the answers. The answers, they're not important to me. Just having a good time with you guys is more important to me. I'll be honest, I'm trying to grow a YouTube channel, and I'm a little bit out there. I do different things. You're welcome to visit my channel, and you'll see a couple of things I do. All right. Which metal band featured Dimebag Darrell? Matter of fact, I just started doing trivia. I've only done it a few times, and I'm not necessarily good at it, but I'll get better. But we're just having fun, and I call my channel Moments in Time because I just like to, well, sometimes I go out and talk to people, interview people out in the streets, stores, different things, but I like to enjoy the moments in time, and right now this is a moment in time. But even more important, I like to, with these answers, I like to go back and think about the moments in time of my life with these answers and what these bands and answers remind me of. So actually, I'm reminiscing and having nostalgia and having all these memories. And so it's more than just a trivia game. It's looking inside my heart and memories and things like that. So which metal band featured Dimebag Darrell? Let me put this question down. And there's a tragic story. What am I drinking? This is a margarita. A salty margarita. I don't, only thing I drink is a margarita. Not very often, but we're on vacation, so I do. Sometimes I like to have some with dinner, but it's pretty rare. But while I'm on vacation, it's a little less rare. Which metal band featured Dimebag Darrell? Now, if you go back a couple questions, we were talking about the lead singer from this band. Which metal band featured Dimebag Darrell? And the answer is Pantera. All right, so we're changing categories. So you metalheads, we'll get back to that category. But right now we're going to 90s to 2000s country music. Country music. And I love metal and I love country. I don't know if as many people can love country and metal like I do, but I love them both. Who sang Boot, Scootin' Boogie? And let me tell you, I do have a little memory of not necessarily Boot, Scootin' Boogie, but 90s country. I didn't know anything about it because, as I shared with you guys, I was more of into metal and rock and even pop and different things, but not so much was I a legitimate fan of country music at this time. But my brother introduced me to 90s country, and it was awesome. Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, Vince Gill, Clint Black. Excuse me. Just to name a few. But that 90s country was awesome. Still is. It still holds up. So does anybody remember who sang Boot, Scootin' Boogie? Who sang the song Boot Scootin' Boogie. And this is under the category of 90s to 2000 country. 90 to 2000s country. Who sang Boot Scootin' Boogie? And the answer is Brooks and Dunn. All right. Now, let's get to this question. This is a good one. Who recorded Should Have Been a Cowboy? Who recorded Should Have Been a Cowboy? And I would elevate the artist who recorded Should Have Been a Cowboy way, way, way up there. Great artist. Sadly, has recently passed away. But great artist. Had so many good songs. Could sing a rock and country song. Could sing country and western, modern country and western. Could sing a love song. I mean, funny. I believe he was from Oklahoma. Played a little semi-pro football. Might have worked on an oil rig. I could be not 100% accurate with these things, but I'm pretty sure. But who recorded Should Have Been a Cowboy? Who recorded Should Have Been a Cowboy? And what do you think about this artist? And the artist is Toby Keith. I think he's about as good as they get, especially during his time. What singer released Chattahoochee? What singer released Chattahoochee? What singer released Chattahoochee? Now, like I was talking about, them big 90s country artists, man, this was one of the big ones. Up there with Garth Brooks and the others. What singer released Chattahoochee? Anybody remember that jingle? And the answer is Alan Jackson. All right. Now here's a good one. Who sang Independence Day? Now, if you were maybe a young country fan or someone who didn't necessarily pay attention to the words, you might not have got the meaning of the song Independence Day. But I believe that it was about, I could be wrong. I think it was about maybe being abused. And maybe the Independence Day was the day that they got out of that relationship. I don't remember exactly how that happened in the song, but that was the Independence Day, the day that they broke free. And this lady, it's a lady, that's a hint. She could sing. She had a beautiful voice. Oh, tired. All right, welcome. All right, who sang the country song Independence Day? Happy Thursday. That's what I'm talking about. And let's see, I think this is our last question. Nope, we got one more. One more question under the category of 90s to 2000s country music. And this question is, who sang Independence Day? We're about to give the answer, so if you know it, go ahead and let me know or say it to yourself. But the artist was Martina McBride. And she could really sing and tell a story in her song. She was awesome. All right. What artist recorded Strawberry Wine? That was a big hit for the ladies. They loved it. What artist recorded Strawberry Wine? In my opinion, that was a big hit for the ladies. And my wife, she loved this song. She tells the story of the song, and it's pretty risque. But I guess it's about summer love. Could it be like Danny and Sandra D? But yeah, Strawberry Wine. I apologize for those yawns. I'm tired, been vacationing, got up early. Kind of the one who does the cooking for everybody. So I'm up by 6:30 making coffee and getting the omelets going and the fried potatoes and the sausage and whatever else we got going on, the pancakes, waffles. All right. So that was question number 5 for that category. So we're moving on to the next category. All right. So this category, it's a big one. It's 2000 to 2026 pop, rock, country, and metal. So it's a mixture. It's got, we're moving along. And who sang Shake It Off? Who sang Shake It Off? This is a pretty big star that sings the song Shake It Off. Who sang Shake It Off? All right. Does anybody know who sang the song Shake It Off? Oh, it's just a very popular and humongous star by the name of Taylor Swift. What band released The Pretender? What band released The Pretender? And the category is 2000s to 2026 pop, rock, country, and metal. Very wide variety category we're doing. What band released The Pretender? Anybody know that one? What band released The Pretender? And the answer is the Foo Fighters. Just when you think that, I can't even remember his name, but the drummer from Nirvana got his band, the Foo Fighters, and they end up being a huge band. That's kind of very impressive, the way he was able to rebound after what happened with Nirvana. All right, who recorded Tennessee Whiskey? And it has been recorded by, I guess you could say, a handful of people. But who has done it recently and been real popular with it and probably run some awards, done some big things? Who recorded Tennessee Whiskey? Oh, excuse me. All right. Who recorded Tennessee Whiskey? Now, this artist, man, just when you think, you've heard, a certain type of music might be getting predictable or watered down or whatever. You got this artist coming out singing Tennessee Whiskey and humongous album that he did. He took all the awards home. Oh, I apologize for all these yawns. I want to get through another category or two, but I'm getting tired. All right. Who recorded Tennessee Whiskey? And the answer we're looking for is Chris Stapleton. What metal band released The Stage? What metal band released The Stage? What metal band released The Stage? Now, this band, I have to say, I'm not too familiar with. But I do know that they're a big band, and maybe with some of these questions, I'll have to go back and listen to these bands. And I've heard songs by this band, but I don't really know a lot about them. What metal band released The Stage? The answer is Avenged Sevenfold. Avenged Sevenfold. All right. Who sang Rollin' in the Deep? Who sang Rollin' in the Deep? Now, this was another artist that really did a number and won some awards and did some big things. Who sang Rollin' in the Deep? Who sang Rollin' in the Deep? Does anybody know that one? It's a female artist. That's one hint. And the artist that sang Rollin' in the Deep is Adele. All right, so that was the fifth question on that category. Now we're going to get to sports. And the category, I made it big. But that's okay. This is sports, the 80s all the way till present day. And the question is, how many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win? How many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win? Does anybody remember that? Or does anybody know that? Let's see. Memories and nostalgia for Michael Jordan. Oh, I'd have to say fortunate. Let's use that word. Fortunate to have seen and lived through the Michael Jordan days. I was a Michael Jordan fan, Chicago fan, so I enjoyed it. And, I had good friends who were, who liked Shaq or whatever. They liked all these other teams. And it was a good time watching Jordan do what he did. How many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win? The answer is 6. All right. We're going to try to get through this category and maybe one more category. What NFL team won Super Bowl? Is it 20? Is that what XX means? What NFL team won Super Bowl 20? double X. Let me put the question on here. Anybody know that one? What NFL team won Super Bowl 20? And the answer is the Chicago Bears. Who broke Major League Baseball single season home run record in 1998? Oh boy, I tell you what. I seen it. Well, I seen this person hit several home runs. Who broke Major League Baseball single season home run record in 1998? Yep, there's another one that I lived in. There was controversy with the steroid deal, but boy, you talk about excitement while this was happening. And their answer is Mark McGuire. Let's see. Question number 4 for this category of sports. What country hosted the 1996 Olympics? What country hosted the 1996 Olympics? Does anybody remember that? What country hosted the 1996 Olympics? And the answer is the United States. All right, let's see. Number 5 on the sports. So we'll be moving on after this. I'm going a little bit faster because I'm winding down. Actually, I'm driving from Florida back to St. Louis tomorrow morning. So I'm going to have to go to bed, and I am definitely tired. Who won 7 Tour de France's titles before being stripped of those titles? Who won 7 Tour de France titles before being stripped of those titles? And the answer is Lance Armstrong. All right, let's see what the next. 80s to 2026 movies and TV. And we're going to go fast because I'll be signing off very soon. And I apologize for going fast and being tired, but we'll do it again, I promise. I ask you to please come back. Who played Indiana Jones? Who played Indiana Jones? And the answer is Harrison Ford. What TV show featured the Tanner family? What TV show featured the Tanner family? What TV show featured the Tanner family? And the answer is Full House. All right, where were we? All right. Who played Jack Dawson in the Titanic? Who played Jack Dawson in Titanic? Who played Jack Dawson in Titanic? And the answer is Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio. All right. Moving on. We're going to get to these two questions real fast. What movie introduced Marty McFly? What movie introduced Marty McFly? Anybody know that one? This was a big franchise, I guess you could say. They had part 2, part 3. What movie introduced Marty McFly? And the answer is Back to the Future. What TV series featured Walter White? What TV series featured Walter White? Anybody know that one? What TV series featured Walter White? And the answer is Breaking Bad. Let's see, are there any more categories? I'm going to have to be signing off. Oh, I'm going to do a speed round. Here we go. What company makes the Mustang? What company makes the Mustang? The answer is Ford. Number 2. What muscle car is nicknamed the Mopar Legend? What muscle car is nicknamed the Mopar Legend? This is the speed round, and the answer is Dodge Charger. Dodge Charger. What does SUV stand for? What does SUV stand for? Anybody know? Speed round. Here comes the answer. Sports utility vehicle. 2 more questions, and I think I'm signing off. What company manufactures the Corvette? What company manufactures the Corvette? Speed round, and the answer is Chevrolet. All right, last question for the cars category. What car was featured in Back to the Future? What car was featured in Back to the Future? We just talked about Back to the Future. And the answer is the DeLorean DMC-12. All right. Oh my goodness. We're going to ask 2 questions from the categories now because it's time for me to go. Who invented the telephone? Who invented the telephone? That's a good question. And the answer is Alexander Graham Bell. Who invented the light bulb? Another good question. And the answer is Thomas Edison. And we're going to do Bible trivia. I wish I wasn't so tired and didn't have to go because I would enjoy these. Who built the ark? Noah did. How many disciples did Jesus have? He had 12. Who killed Goliath? David did. What was Paul's original name? Saul. Who led Israel out of Egypt? Moses did. All right. Then I'm going to ask 1 random trivia. What is the capital of Australia? And I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but Canberra? Who knows? I probably destroyed that pronunciation. What is the largest planet? Jupiter. All right. And that is it for me tonight because I'm going to have to get some sleep and hit the road tomorrow. So thank you for joining me tonight. It's all about conversations, nostalgia, memories, moments in time. And also we do some trivia. But for now, Uncle Phil loves you, and Uncle Phil out.